Hey Stampers, it's Gaynor again, and I've been having a play with a slider card, I think it's called. I saw the lovely Dawn Griffiths do it, a long time ago, so I thought I'd have a quick go. Not a lot of detail on the front, and you're thinking, where's the sentiment? But then you pull this little tab, and I had to restamp that because that is on perfectly straight. But when you look at it like that, and there's me trying to, I should have just kept the block straight. So I put an extra piece on, and then the sentiments are inside. So you get hidden messages, and you get this lovely, it's like a slider easel card, and it's just so cute. So I put the little fisherman down here. You're the best catch ever, and the fish jumping as if it's in the water. And that's why I used blue cardstock to represent the water, and the green is for the fields around. And then I added Wink of Stella on my fish, so it looked like, there you go, just see it in there. There, right there. And on the reeds, as if they'd just got wet. I suppose I could add a few, just little sprinkles like this of Wink of Stella, and they're round by the bubbles, as if the water's sparkling on the, you know, as if the sun is shining on the water as well. So yeah, that's a good idea. So the green is to represent the field that the gentleman's fishing in with the river around him, and the blue is for the water. And then you've got It's Your Day, You're the Best Catch Ever. And it folds flat. Yeah, I try not to get to this one because it gets caught on there a little wee bit, but it does go back in. There you go. And it just folds flat to go in a normal size envelope, which is 4 1/8 by 5 3/4. I didn't want to go with the extra, the 5 3/4 and the extra 7/8, another 1/8 of an inch. I just thought, because of all the cutting and mechanism, trying to work it out with an extra 1/8 of an inch, I thought it was just simpler to take it off. So I'm going to show you how I made it. It's just so cute. I love it. And I'm using light and dark grey. I'm using the light crumb cake, and also the light pool party to do the colourings. I've gone ahead and cut one of the yellow reeds out, and I'm going to find a scrap of paper. Oops, hello. I've got some green in here somewhere, more dark green. Yeah, a little bit of Bermuda bait, doesn't matter. I'm just using scraps out of my bin as well, so that's a good idea to do if you don't want to waste any big pieces of cardstock. This green though I'm using is out of my scraps bin again. I've got that extra little piece. I don't think I'm going to need it. Sorry, stop. I hate it when I do that. Shouldn't be going So you need 2 pieces of cardstock. It's up to you if you want the same colour, or if it's up to you if you want a top piece and then white inside. It's entirely up to you. You've got to be both exactly the same size. You're going to need a piece of white then, which measures 3 by 5. You may have to trim a little bit off, you may not. This then is for the other reeds. I've got all my dies out ready, so I can pop that through. I got a little piece of ribbon to have at the pull, so I can just pop that on there, press my machine on. And then we're going to do some other die cutting on that after. I've got a piece of Whisper White for the fish. And I've got a piece of Whisper White for the fisherman. Before we start anything, I've done it again, haven't I? Shut up, Gaynor. I'm going to stamp that message just up there because I know it's going to be straight if I do it like this. And I'm not looking at the label because that's on wrong. I'm looking at, in fact I'm going to turn it upside down and do it here. I'm looking at the straightness of the block. So that's 3 inches there, so I'm going to try and aim it for the centre. Perfect. Now I haven't got that little piece of paper, so it won't get caught on my card, so that'd be my sampler. So that's what I wanted to do and get that out of the way. Oh, I'm glad it's straight, you know. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to grab my... I have Granny Apple Green for the little bubbles. In fact, no. I'm going to choose the grass, which is from... where is it gone? I'm just going to grab it now and you'll see what I mean. From a Little Wild. I love this little tuft of grass here, and we're gonna, I just randomly did that with the bubbles because it looked a bit plain, but I'm gonna do the bubbles on the inside. I'm gonna do the grass on the green. See what I mean about that piece of paper? This is why I wanted to stamp that first to make sure it's straight. That way now it goes in and out properly. So I'm going to be using the grass. So cute. And this is retiring. This is what will be gone in June now. Grab myself another little block. We'll do that after. We're going to do some cutting first now with our trimmer. And then we'll do some stamping and some colouring. And that way, once I know which way my card is running, excuse me. Oh, it's called an easy slider card. So you need 1 at 4 1/8 by 5 3/4. If you want whisper white inside, then you'll want another one the same size. But I, like I say, chose the green for the grass and the blue for the water. And then a piece of whisper white at 3 by 5. We're going to pop it in. I'll show you now. I'll leave that there. So if you need to pause and write down the instructions, you can. We're going in this side. We're popping it in, sorry, on the short side. 3/4 of an inch. And we're going to go from 3/4 of an inch down to 5. I'm going to take it out, flip it over, go back in, and from 5 all the way back up to 3/4. Then we're going to take it out, go in again at 3/4, and we're just going to cut between those two lines. So we're going to go from there all the way down to, can't see it, not quite 3.5. So just when you think you're on that line, just have a check. Tiny little fraction. I didn't want to go too far. Perfect. So you've got your flaps now. You're then going to move your blade out the way. And you're going to pop this in with the flap that opens on the left hand side. And they're going to go in at 1 1/4. And we're just going to score, all the score lines now are going to be in between the cut lines. So score at 1 1/4. Move it along then to 3 1/4. And then go along to 5. Whoops. And that'll be scoring between those cut lines. Perfect. You don't need your trimmer no more. So you want this to bend down, mountain, and this one's a valley. So you've got that mechanism. So that piece is going to be where the card underneath gets attached. So I'm just going to give them a little bit of a burnish. Nothing major, just a little one. And then this one can be folded this way. Isn't that cute? So this is your pulley system now. And the card, you need to get a circle punch now. So I'm just going to straighten that out. Oops. I'm I'm going to put my two pieces of card together, and we're just going to snip out roughly. You don't want to go all the way down to that score line, but because you'd cut your mechanism, but try and keep a gap either side the same, and you just want a little pulley there, but you've made sure that they're both bang on together, so you've got a space for your little pull to come out. So that's that out of the way. This piece then, you're going to attach this onto there, and I'm going to use tear tape. Just going to put a couple of strands on. Just to make sure it doesn't come off. Perfect. Just going to give that a little burnish. Make sure there's no air bubbles under there, and I don't want it coming off. Making sure now I've got my sentiment the right way round. So you've got it, it's slightly wider than the actual thing, so you want to make sure you've got an even coverage, and you're just going to stick that on the bottom. You need to see that little bit, so the card now will reveal the message and also give you a little thing to put your ribbon on. So where's my ribbon? Just so cute. And because it's for a man, I chose blue. If you want, you can make a pencil mark, you can, you know, I'm going to staple that into place. I'm just going to pull that out. You don't need a lot of this ribbon, you just need, I'm going to straighten the ends actually. That's better. Get my little stapler. I don't have the Stampin' Up stapler, so I'm going to have to use my little wee mini one. Try and keep it straight, Gaynor. Oh heck. I always feel like I've got really fat fingers for this. Obviously haven't. Just feels like I have. So I'm just going to pop that in place. Oh heck, made a pig's dinner of that. So I'm just going to go back in. That's better. I might try and remove that other one. But it's gripping on. Look, see, it's got to pull my ribbon out. Oh, keep calm, Gaynor, keep calm. Get your pokey tool. Just pull that ribbon back through. Do you know what? I'm just going to remove them. It looks pants. And I don't want a pants job. You've got it right so far, so don't let that little staple get in your way. Just remove it. Let's try and do it straight. She says. But look what I've done now. I've frayed it all. So I'm going to give it another little trim. Perfect. I have no pull left in a minute. So if you do things like that and make a little bit of a boo-boo like I have, just go over with your bone folder, flatten everything back out. Perfect. That's got it. That's got it. Perfect. And what I do then normally turn this over, keeping everything flat for a second, and then I just press down on these just so no one catches their fingers on them, because they can be quite sharp. So that is now smooth and you're not going to catch your fingers. And now we just need to glue that together. So you're going to put adhesive all the way around, but you don't want to go anywhere near the white. So grab your glue, and I'm using glue because it's got more wiggle space. And just go around the edges. And what you want to do is, you just want to lay that on top and that one, and you've got a wiggle space then, and pull the two cards together. Looks pretty good to me. Perfect. And then this is where your mechanism comes in now. Oh, I knew it was going to come off. Why is that happening? Do I need the staple to go through the actual... Yes, I do, don't I? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Oh, I'll lose my marbles in a minute and all that. That's right. Let's flatten that down. Remove this staple. Okay, it's going to get ever so weak, this piece of card, in a minute. Oh, terrible. Flatten that out again. What a palaver to have with just a little staple. Again, I'm just flattening. I'm weakening the fibres, see, while I'm doing that, and I don't like that. So I'm going to take a little bit of tape, and I'm going to tape them two ends together. Just fold them over. And then I'm going to take a little bit more tape. Oh, more fingers, look. I know it's a little bit long, but I'm going to peel off the backing, and I'm just going to tuck it back on itself. And then I'm going to stick it from behind. And then I'm going to staple so it doesn't look like it's anything wrong. Give it double the strength. And then that's better. Look at that. So much better. Yay! And now luckily I tucked that in just perfect enough so it doesn't get seen out the top. Right, let's pop our glue away. I'm going to get some stamping done now, and then we're going to get to decorating this card. Oh, right, before we do, I'm going to fetch my little grass in. This is, you've seen all the measurements now. I know it's slightly darker than what I've got, but I'm just going to add grass all over the card, just as a feature. I think that should be okay. Perfect. So we've just done that just to stop the card from being boring and plain. Oops, my grass fell off. And again. And then finish with the green. I'm I'm going to come back just with a little bit of basic black, pull out my card. I'm going to now stamp the "You're the best catch ever." That is straight. And I'm just going to pop that about there. I don't think they did, no. You know the swirl around the fisherman? I would have loved to see that as a stamp as well, so we could put swirls in instead of just around his feet. I would have liked to have seen one of those stamps. So it would give us a few extra options, like as if the fish is surfacing, but instead we've just got bubbles. So I'm basically now just going to randomly dot some bubbles, because this is my lake. And it also lifts the card a little bit and again stops it from being plain. Whilst we've got the ink out, I might get the fisherman and the fish on here. Yes, there we go. So I've got my fisherman. There's a little bit. Turn that round. And I always get those lines, but now we're going to die cut that out. You won't see them in a minute because they'll be left on the card. So, because it's rubber, red rubber, you tend to squash down and it tends to go in the places you don't want it to. Good job I wasn't doing that on a card because I'm a heavy stamper as well. So, now for this gorgeous fish. And I still have some space left then for something else. I like to utilise my white as best I can. Right, now we're going to colour, because I want to do around the outside of the gentleman and on the outside of the fish, just to stop it having a white edge. And when I die cut that out now, that'll be on the die. I believe the new stamps, the new dies that are coming out, cut right all the way up to the edge, which was nice. Some people like a big border and I like a thin one really. So I'm going to do the same around the outside of my fisherman. Till I get to the water, then I'm just going to colour, because he's standing in a river anyway. And then going inside and out of the line. Perfect. He is now going to have some really, I'm using the dark basic grey on his Wellingtons. Or waders should be called. And his little backpack. On the other one I just left it all brown and it just blended into his suit, but that's his strap. He's also got a little pouch there. And now for the crumb cake, for his little safari outfit or fishing outfit. And I would have liked to have seen this fisherman a little bit bigger as well. That would have been great. Perfect. I am just going to grab the ivory, if I can. I didn't do it on the last one, but I'm going to do it on this one. I'm just going to colour his arm and his face. Perfect. Whoops. And now for my fish. I'm just basically going to keep the whole fish grey because it doesn't have to be a salmon every time he goes fishing. It's also a carp as well. It can be in the shape of a carp. So I'm just going to dab on just in the darker areas. That would help if it was dark, not the light. I thought then that wasn't dark enough. Try not to fill his eye in. Inside his mouth. A little bit down his belly. And then underneath, because that's where he's shaded. Flick the tail. Just going to add some darker bits. Perfect. And then we're going to colour him in with the light. And he will stand out beautifully. Oh, years ago I used to go carp fishing. I used to go most weekends. Oh, long, many moons ago. I think I was in my 20s. Just blending those dark and light colours together. We'll add the wing Castella at the end because I don't want to get it all over my fingers and have any of it coming off on my dies. Just go back over the shaded areas. Perfect. Lovely looking fish. Oh. I'm just going to pop that to one side. Now I'm going to place perfect. Oops, she says, moving it. That's it. Just going to take that into place. To stop it from moving. And the same with me fish, just gorgeous. I do like this dye. This one doesn't seem too bad, it's quite close. Just don't move it, Gaynor. It's the only problem with the Gemini. You've got to cut with your dies facing upwards. So, on here I've got my reeds, they're going up there. I'm going to cut them out of there. And this is going to just get flipped over. I'm going to send it all through at the same time, that way we don't have to cut 3 individual pieces. A little bit on the noisy side, but well worth it. Save you cranking. So there's my other reeds. Love it. There's my fish and my fisherman. I just stick them back on my Gemini and I can use them until they absolutely get ruined, but hey ho. Just pop him out. I love the way that fin comes out. I think that's brilliant. And then pop that out as well. See, now those black lines haven't been cut out. It's brilliant. Love it. Just pop those back away. Whoops. And we can fish another day. I haven't tried the self-healing mat on that yet, but I will have to have a go. So that now can go back down there for further purposes. And then we can come and attach. I can't add him to the water, see, because then he'll get caught. So this is why I stuck him on the edge here on dimensionals. So I'm just adding a few down that side, and I'm going to use the small ones. One there, and do I have a half one now? Just make sure his head. The only thing is that the rest of this here is free, so it depends on the recipient who you're giving it to. They don't obviously pull, because that's just resting like that, so it will slide. That's why I put him on dimensionals, so this piece would slide underneath as well. But I love it. So I had the yellow at the front this time. I'm going to glue those together there. Oops. Just going to overlap those two. Got a bit of glue there, but it will dry clear, non-sticky. And then we're just going to glue this don't want to add loads of glue because it's going to stand up, so they're going to just get adhered to that flap. Try not to go over the score line, but look close to it. Just push that in and just press them down. And then I'm going to attach these gorgeous fishes. If he's jumped out and just tucked himself behind the reeds, so I'm going to glue the bottom half of his body. Just slide him down there. Perfect. We've added our ribbon several times. Just pop them out the way. And grab your wing Castella. Always shake it and prime it first. And then I'm going to add water on there, a shimmer on there, and on his line as well. And then I'm just going to pull it up a wee bit, just to the ends of the reeds, because the fish would have splashed water all over them as he comes out the water. I love it how stamps and stamping like this can give a little tail to a card as well, isn't it? And then I'm just going to add wing Castella all over my fishy. And it's got a nice little blue edge now, representing the water again. A nice little glisten on there. Love this. Perfect. Just randomly soaking them. Nothing major, nothing pretty. Well, it does look pretty. And then you've got that. It's your day. You're the best catch ever. Isn't that cute? And then you got all that shine. See it there on the reeds and on the fish. And I'm gonna. Oh, I did that now. I'm gonna do that again here, just over the bubbles. add some more glitter as if the water is shimmering. Perfect. And there we go. There's that very easy slider card. That is beautiful. Look at that. Sorry, I'm going to do it this way. Best day. It's your day. And you've got space to write a message inside there as well. Or if you didn't want to spoil that one, then you can literally just write on the back. So there we go. There are my 2 best catch easel, well, slider easel cards. I don't know what to call them. But this one, I wish you should have seen the state of it underneath. Because I thought my stamp, I tried to level it up with the stamp, not the block. But it still fastens. But there we have it. Beautiful slider cards. Oh, love it. I hope you give it a go because they're so fun. They're so easy and yet so fun to make as well. And you've got to tell them pull all the way out and then they'll get to read the rest of the message. Isn't that cute? And if they wanted to display that, they could also use this to hang it on a door or wherever. So there we go. There are my 2 easy slider cards inspired by the lovely Dawn Griffith. So I'd love a thumbs up and a share. Please don't forget to hit subscribe and don't forget to press the little bell straight away. You get a notification then each time I upload a video, which tends to be on a daily basis, or should I say nightly basis. Come and join us in the premieres as well. We have a good old chinwag. We end up watching the card twice because we chat more than we watch the video, and then they all go back later on and then watch it afterwards. So, but thanks for watching. Until next time, love you all. Bye.